Hey you guys, Lacey and Steve from Duo Reacts. Thank you so much for stepping by and watching. Us ranking every single show that we've watched on a tier list. It's going to be super fun. We've never done anything like this before. We're not done with all of these shows, as you guys know, so obviously some of these opinions could change over time, So whatever.
We're ranking them as we've seen them.
As we've seen them, exactly. Some of these shows are only available on YouTube. Some of these shows are only available on Patreon. So we'll let you know as we're going through them, where you can find them. You about ready to get into it?
Yeah, I'm ready. I've been ready all day.
Yeah. All right. Well, the first show, Person of Interest. I'll put this in the middle up here.
So, yeah, we watched this a while ago. This isn't where it's going to end up.
Nope, I'm just putting it up on the board.
It could end up there. But, yeah, Person of Interest.
This is a show that we did not finish. We had watched all of, I believe, 2 seasons. They are in full reactions on Patreon. For this show, we were definitely both kind of torn on this show. I really liked this show because I like crime-based dramas and I like FBI profiling. I like all of that kind of thing. Steve's he's not as into the episodic sort of.
I'll tell you what I'm not into.
Yeah.
It was basically the same show over and over again.
At times it did feel like that. It felt like they were kind of fighting the same thing over and over again. I enjoyed it, but where on the list would you rank it?
Well, for me, as much as I hate to see this, it's going to have to go to What the Shit.
D, What the Shit?
Yeah, that's where we're going to start. It just didn't work for me. Some of the episodes were okay, but most of them weren't. I felt like it was like pulling teeth at times to really enjoy it. And that's just being honest.
I would have to say that I would put it in the C average. And I know that, we're not going to agree on all these, so we're going to have to compromise. I'm okay with conceding to your What the Shit.
This ain't no conceding. It is What the Shit.
So first, Person of Interest, D, What the Shit. You okay with that?
That's.
I would put it in average, but I'm going to say okay because it wasn't my favorite show. It was a good show. I enjoyed it for what it was. But yeah, I'm okay with putting it there.
That was easy.
That was easy. Next show might be a little bit more difficult. Bates Motel. Bates Motel is the next show. I really loved Bates Motel. It was really fun to watch. We started to edit that down for YouTube, but Bates Motel was not having it. They did not like it. So that is a Patreon exclusive show, so you can find that over there. Bates Motel was great. My initial thought is to put it at B. That was freaking good. That's my initial thought.
It's going to be weird. Typically, I'd want to battle you on that, but you know what? When you put it there, it actually looked like it fit there.
Doesn't it seem like it? That was freaking good.
That was freaking good.
Yeah, it gave us what we wanted. It had a good story. It was a great show. I enjoyed it.
There were
solid B. Solid
yeah,
B.
There were certain points where it was like, okay.
There were certain points.
And but for the most part, it was a solid show. I liked it. I would recommend it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I agree.
That was freaking good.
That was freaking good. Next show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This one is more difficult for me. I may have to think about this one a little bit. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier I did enjoy. It was okay. It wasn't the best thing in the world for me. I really enjoyed the last episode a lot more than some of the other episodes. For me, I'm going to put it at C average.
This is where she's wrong, and this is where I'll tell you this definitely belongs in amazing. I really did enjoy that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Maybe it's because I love Marvel so much. I thought it was a great spinoff. I thought it was a great part of the Marvel. I think it fit. It fit for me. It worked for me. I would definitely recommend it for anyone doing reactions or watching it. Definitely go watch it. It's amazing.
Okay, so can we compromise and put it in B then?
I don't think we can. I'm telling you, it was amazing. What'd you say, average?
I said C average for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, yes.
Well, you'll take it in the comments below, and I'll go ahead and agree
Compromise.
I'll agree at B, but I feel like we should have 2 lists, a Steve and Lacey list, to be honest with you. But it was
maybe
amazing.
We'll do that next time, where we'll have 2 separate lists, and we can kind of have our own list. But I like this because it's forcing us to compromise. I like that. So we'll put it in B. Next show is, so I never watched The Mandalorian. That was a Duo Crew show. If you want to see that, Duo Crew Reacts. It's our sister channel where Steve reacts either by himself or with other people.
Yes, but I can tell you someone that did watch it that's standing right beside me.
Oh, yeah.
So this is JT. You have to scoot in here.
Yeah,
and
make
go
sure
this
you're,
way.
yeah.
Where would you put it? Would you give it a...
Mandalorian?
Mandalorian.
Yeah. Where would you put it?
Oh, I'd put it at A.
At amazing?
Yeah, amazing.
Why?
It was just that good.
You know what? JT is absolutely right.
I can't judge this one, you guys, so I gotta put it where you say, because I did not watch this one.
You know, I think amazing works great. So that's where that's going to land for me.
Next show is Black Mirror. Now, Black Mirror, this is another Duo Crew show, so if you want to see that, Steve reacts to it. He also reacts to it with Zach over on Duo Crew. I have already seen all of Black Mirror. That's why I didn't react to it, because I had already seen it. So I can give you my opinion on it because I did see it, but you won't see me react to it. I really loved Black Mirror. I like the questions that it raises. I like, and every episode is so different, and I really enjoyed Black Mirror. I would put Black Mirror at B. That was freaking good.
I feel like I'm torn. I feel like I'm torn because it was freaking good. It's definitely not average.
Okay.
That was kind of one of those shows where I was worried going into it.
Yes.
I was very worried going into it because I was afraid that it was going to be something I just wouldn't want to follow. It surprisingly did the opposite effect.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go with amazing. No, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll agree. It was freaking good.
B?
Yeah, I would recommend it.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Absolutely.
we agree on that one. Okay.
Wasn't the best thing I've ever seen. Amazing works for me, and also, but yeah, I'll meet you on that one.
Okay. The next show on the list, Lost. Lost is an amazing show. Obviously, I watched that when it first came out. You guys know about that, and rewatched it with Steve when he watched it for the first time on the channel here. Lost has always been one of my favorite shows, even back then when I didn't even understand it as much as I understand it now. Just reacting to it and watching it a second time with all of you guys has helped even me understand the show to a better complexity and to love it even more. I would put it at Yas Bitch.
Yeah, when we reacted to it, when we were done, and the story was wrapped for me in particular, I was so worried that they weren't going to get to the place where I could figure it all out.
Yeah.
It definitely ranks as my number one show, so it has to go to Yas Bitch.
Yas Bitch. Our first S rating.
You know, I wasn't even gonna give you all that. I shouldn't even done that because Lost speaks for itself. I highly recommend it.
Yes.
Definitely a show. If you haven't seen it, go through it, watch it,
and a
stick
show
with it.
And a show that we've reacted to from start to finish. That is available here on YouTube, so go check that out and see if you like our reactions to it.
Yeah.
Or mostly Steve's reactions. I do have some because it had been so long since I'd seen it that I'd forgotten a lot. But the fun of it, Lost was great. It was great. Next.
And I'm turning on the fan.
Oh, okay.
Because you seem to think this is California.
You can turn it on now. It's all right. The next show on the list is The Haunting of Hill House.
Surprisingly, I'll start with this one. You've been starting. So,
Okay.
Haunting of Hill House. When I went into this, I absolutely was thinking this is not going to work. This is not going to work. Another show that kind of I would align with the Black Mirror a little bit.
Okay.
I really, really liked it. That was really neat.
Yeah.
Something I would have never watched had people not brought it into our line of sight to or recommend to watch. This is definitely a show I really, really liked. I'm gonna say that was freaking good. It was freaking good.
Okay.
Wasn't totally, Yas Bitch, but it's definitely not an average show. It's definitely a solid show that I really, really liked.
I'm going to disagree with you.
What? Okay.
The Haunting of Hill House belongs in A, amazing. It's amazing. The writing in that show, the way they put that show together was amazing. So I'm disagreeing with you on B. I'm going to say it's amazing. Maybe not quite yas bitch, but I was almost going to say yas bitch.
Really?
Honestly, I was almost going to say yas bitch, and then I was like, A. Yeah, I'd give it an A. An A.
I'll give you your amazing.
I succeeded to you on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And
Well,
that was 2 tiers.
You should kick that one up.
So I'm going to put The Haunting of Hill House in A. Amazing. Next show is Stranger Things.
Which is coming back.
And
we're looking so forward to that, and you'll be seeing those reactions very, very soon.
Yes.
Stranger Things, I've been waiting a long time for that to come
We've
back.
all been waiting a long time for Stranger Things.
You know, definitely one of the shows that hooked me from the beginning. I love the characters. I love the kids. I love the everything about it. So that is going to go into my Yas bitch section.
Okay. Stranger Things, I agree. The characters, the show pulls me in because it's character driven.
Mm-hmm.
I love character driven shows. The nostalgia, I love the 80s nostalgia. Love it. It's just a fun show. It's fun to watch. It's fun to get into the characters.
You can get into the characters because they're literally very identifiable, more like us than like any other typical show. So it just kind of felt real. I lived in that era, so kind of seeing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just everything about it was done.
The nostalgia, it's fun. And so I would say that's why I would put Stranger Things in the A column. You put it in Yes Bitch. So you're saying Yes Bitch, I'm saying amazing.
I'm hardcore going with Yes Bitch.
If you're
There's
hardcore,
no
if you're
reason.
hardcore on it, I'll go
Lacey,
with
there's
that.
no reason to ever have it any lower.
I'll succeed to you on that one because you feel passionate about it, and I'm not that far behind. I love Stranger Things, so I'm okay with that. I've never
heard you say coming out of an episode.
No.
Oh my God.
No, I love Stranger Things.
It's always been, I can't wait for the next episode.
Exactly.
So that tells me everything I need to know about it.
Okay. Next show is Loki.
Loki. Oh, you go first on this.
I loved Loki. Loki was a great show. We're probably going to have differing opinions on Loki, but for Loki, I'm going to say A, amazing.
You know, I'm going to get a little hate for it. It was just okay for me.
Okay.
You know, for Marvel and where I expect it to be, I felt Falcon and the Winter Soldier was by far and away better than Loki. I do like Loki. Don't get me wrong. It just didn't punch me in the face like
it did for me.
it did.
Okay.
And you're saying amazing?
I loved Loki better than Captain and the Winter Soldier. Yeah.
I would have went average, and I know I'm going to get some hate for it, but that's okay. I can meet you on the middle at that was freaking good. Lacey went with amazing. I went with average. I thought it was just okay. And
so we're basically opposite on Loki and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Whereas I put Falcon and the Winter Soldier at average, you put it at amazing.
Yeah.
It's backwards now.
It's backwards.
So we'll put it in that was freaking good for the B column.
So we need 2 lists because I know mine's going to look better at the end of this.
We're going to compromise. Next show is Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh, where do we start?
Again, Fear the Walking Dead we have not finished, so whatever our opinions are as of now, season 3, episode, I think we're at 6 or 7, I can't remember. So halfway-ish between season 3, so keep that in mind.
I'll start.
Okay.
You know, when I started this whole Walker universe thing, okay, with The Walking Dead set the bar for me. Okay.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, that'll always be my staple. I love that show. I do love it, and you'll see later. But Fear the Walking Dead, it feels like it's 2 steps behind. I like it. And where we're at, I enjoy it. But I would have to say that for me, it's freaking good, but it's not where I place.
So for you, it doesn't have the punch, the same punch as The Walking Dead.
Right.
Okay.
But understand we're only into season 3.
Right.
So this could change, guys. This could very well change immediately. It could go down. It could go up. I'm not sure, and we'll have to revisit that in a year.
Yeah, we'll have to revisit all of the, not all of these, but a lot of these at later dates, like Fear. Like, because right now, my opinions about Fear are just based on what we've seen. And there's, I think, 3 more seasons of it. So our opinions could change. As of right now, I would put Fear in C average.
Ooh. I did not expect that.
This is, I got to be totally honest with you guys. I'm enjoying the show. I'm enjoying the characters in the show, like Madison and Alicia, and like I love those characters. I'm finding it difficult to get as attached to these characters as I got to the Walking Dead characters.
You know what? I absolutely agree.
Why that is, I don't know, because they're just as likable in some ways. I don't know if it's a
Well, it's kind of like...
I don't know.
It's kind of like, something you never forget. You're just attached to the one show that started it all for you. And this one, for me, is about 2 steps behind on The Walking Dead.
It's a good show. It's a good show. I'm enjoying it so far.
Same.
And everybody tells me it gets better, and it probably does. So keep in mind, this is right now where we're at, season 3, episode 6, somewhere in there. It's just been okay for me, honestly.
I want Fear to make me say I was absolutely wrong and you were wrong.
And I want that too. And it's not that I don't like it. It's not that I don't like the characters. I'm not enjoying watching it. Of course I'm enjoying watching it. And of course I'm enjoying it and getting into it and having fun with it. It's just not hitting me the same as The Walking Dead did. I feel a little bit let down by it. So far. A little bit let down. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I don't know. That's my honest opinion at this point. I'm enjoying the show, but for me, so far, it's just been average. And you put it at what?
You know what? I did. And I'll go with that. I'll go with average.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's probably going to make a lot of people angry, but
it's where it sits.
It's where we're at right now. Okay, next show, Into the Badlands. This is a show that we did on Patreon only a couple years ago. We watched from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
All of those full reactions are available on Patreon. Fun show. I thought it was a fun show.
Mm-hmm.
The story was interesting.
Lots of action.
Some of the characters I felt, I could get connected to. But again, for me, Into the Badlands is average. An average show.
I would say I watched it. I don't know that I would highly recommend it for everyone. It's definitely...
Not for everybody.
It's definitely an acquired taste and
yes.
something that I'm glad I went through, but I would never give it a second viewing. If that makes sense. I don't know. I'm going to go with it's on the average for me too. It wasn't, what the shit is this? It's definitely not that, but it's definitely an average show that I would definitely give a C average. Now, some of the cinematography in it was amazing.
and that's basically why I gave it a C instead of a D, because I was leaning kind of towards a D on that one, but I gave it a C because the cinematography is gorgeous in that show.
Beautiful.
It always gives you stuff to look at, and and the characters. I
visually
enjoyed some
stunning.
Very visually stunning. Other than that, like some of the storylines were like, and it was just the same fights over and over again, I felt like. So I'm okay with C. You okay with C?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Next show is Prodigal Son, which we did not watch very much of. I'd like to point out, because we were watching that for YouTube, and they were placing copyrights on it. They were banning our videos. We had to stop putting those ones up.
We had to stop the time with it.
I think we watched 6 episodes, if I'm remembering correctly. And from what I remember seeing, it was okay.
It's pretty good.
It was pretty. I don't remember being blown away, but it was pretty good. I was getting into it for the most part.
God, it's been forever.
It's been a long time since we've watched that one, so cut us some slack. And we didn't even watch the whole season of it.
I feel like for me, it's an average show. Just an average show. Kind of fits there.
I was gonna put it kind of near average, but I am thinking about putting it at D, what the shit, only because they were really mean to us when we were trying to put those up and stuff. So because of that, I'm gonna put it at D, what the shit. Like, what the shit you guys doing?
Fair enough. We might end up liking it.
And keep in mind that's based on 6 episodes. We didn't get to see everything. I think the show was canceled after that, so I don't know. I don't even know if there was a second season.
I don't either.
I don't think there was, to be honest. So I don't know.
We walked away real quick after attempt to make this work.
Yeah.
And you know what? They deserve a what the shit. So I agree.
There we go.
Canceled after
It was canceled after 2 seasons, apparently. And, all right, yeah. So 6 episodes, 2 seasons.
Maybe if you'd let your fans actually react to it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Next show is The Americans.
Ooh.
The Americans is a show that we did exclusively for Patreon, and we watched 3 seasons of it, right? I think 3 seasons of it. We did not end up finishing it because we ran out of some time on being able to finish that one, and there was more demand for other shows at the time, and we could always go back to that one at some point. We did I liked The Americans. Now reacting to The Americans was a little bit hard.
Agreed.
Why? It's a very slow show. It's a very slow, it's hard to explain. It's one where you have to listen very intently because they've got the Russian and they've got the American.
It has to do with the Cold War.
Yes.
And a lot of I definitely would recommend it. I really liked it. The problem is it didn't have the reactionable flow to it, if that makes sense. We were caught into the show, and we were listening to the show and enjoying the show, and I think we both feel that way, but it ranks way above another show that we were watching at the time.
Person of Interest.
This was a show we were doing simultaneously with that, and I really liked it much. When we'd come to that, I'd be like, thank God, because I enjoyed it. It had a lot of history in it, and I dig that, and it kind of flowed everything together. Definitely recommend it. I would definitely...
I recommend it 100% to watch.
Yeah.
I liked the show. Reacting to it was difficult for me. A lot of it was just kind of sitting back and staring at the screen and not really having too many reactionable moments because... Yeah, it's a lot of paying attention, and there's a lot of stuff in there, especially if you're not that into war or history or all of that, where you have to pay attention. Let's just say, for me anyway.
I'll tell you what, it's a great show if if you're housebound and you want to watch something interesting. Great show for that. I'm going to put it in B. That was freaking good.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that categorization.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. Band of Brothers is another duo crew react show. Again, I did not react to this one. That was Steve and Zach for the most part, I think. And most of those are on our Patreon. I think there are a couple on DCR. So I can't give my opinion on this one.
This is a yas bitch. Hit everything hit me in the feels. Great story. Something I feel everyone should give it a shot and watch. Haven't finished it all up yet, but I'm pretty close. Need to finish that one off, but everything that I did see of it, this is definitely a yas bitch for me. Yeah, I definitely recommend watching it.
Next show is Vikings.
Yes.
It's been a long time since we've watched Vikings.
Oh, Ragnar.
I really did like that show.
I did too.
I was conflicted when we had to stop Vikings.
Me too.
On one hand, it was really starting to bump up and we were really starting to enjoy it. But then on the other hand, we weren't getting the views on them. People weren't watching those videos for some reason. So we just had to stop doing it.
We had to make a call on that one.
We had to make a judgment call on that one.
Now,
so
not to say that if someone doesn't pick up the show that we wouldn't watch it.
We wouldn't finish it out.
We did enjoy it. We did enjoy it. It bordered at times on average to amazing at times. There was amazing episodes. It never hit the yas bitch moment for me.
No.
It definitely was average, and that was freaking good. I kind of like it where it's at, and fair enough, we haven't finished it either.
We didn't finish it. I think we had about a season and a half left-ish, somewhere in there. For me, it had its up moments and its down moments. It had its moments where I would sit here and be like, okay, can we get on? Where it just kind of dragged on at certain points, And then other points I'd be like, yes, maybe not yes bitch level, but certain moments had me like, yes.
I felt like some of the fight scenes could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
A lot better. I felt there could have been more to it at times. But honestly, it definitely does not deserve to be any lower than where I have it ranked, I think, and that was freaking good. I think that's very fair. Never hit amazing, it had its amazing moments, but few and far between. I feel like that was freaking good. It was just a solid show.
I can agree with that, because I was rocking back and forth between average and that was freaking good. I was rocking back and forth between those two.
I think that's
and I'm okay
fair
with that
place to really keep it.
I'm okay with that. That's a fair place, I think. Next is WandaVision, which I will start with.
You deservedly should.
I love Wanda. I love WandaVision. I loved that series. I think it was so interesting the way they did it. Yas, bitch, for me.
You know what? I will not even complain. I will not
I
even
loved
complain.
WandaVision, you guys. I loved that show. So.
I thought we had a lot of fun doing that.
It was fun. Wanda is...
You win, Lacey.
She's the bad bitch here. So, yeah, I can't...
It's one of your favorites.
I can't give her anything less than Yas, bitch.
And I'm going to give you that. It was amazing and Yas, bitch level.
Yeah.
Nothing less.
Nothing less than...
Unless you want to argue.
I mean, you guys are welcome to argue, but again, these are just our opinions.
Oh, no. This is... We're good at this now.
Oh, are we? Cobra Kai. I'll let you start with Cobra Kai.
I watched one season of it, and that was enough. Just didn't, it's okay to watch, and I've said this 100 times, and I just have no care to watch season 2 and beyond. Sorry. It's going to have to get trashed.
I didn't mind the show. As a show, it had its funny moments. It had its it was an okay show for me. I didn't necessarily have the Karate Kid nostalgia. I mean, I had seen the Karate Kid as a kid, but it wasn't my favorite movie. It was just kind of an okay movie for me, even back then as a kid and growing up. I never had that nostalgia, like some of you probably have, right? So I know a lot of you are probably going to hate on us because we didn't like that show as much as you guys. And it's just because we don't, for me, I don't have that nostalgia. I don't have it. Also, I'm just not that interested in learning about karate and Cobra Kai and it wasn't my jam. That's all I got to say about it. It wasn't my jam. I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed it for what it was. But I would never. It had its moments.
But they were 20-minute episodes. They were gone before we ever had a chance to really react to it. It just didn't, I didn't want to go on. It was like, do I really want to waste my time anymore on this? I know there's many fans. We get asked all the time, are you going to watch Cobra Kai? Are you going to watch... No, I'm not going to watch Cobra Kai. It's going to go straight to the F for me, and I'm done with that.
I'm sorry, you guys. I know you guys are going to hate us for that, but if we're not going to enjoy it as much, why would you want to see us react to it? We're not going to get into it as much.
It's like sitting on a cactus. You don't want to do it.
It's just us. It's just our opinion.
I just didn't want to go on.
It's not my jam. Yeah. Haunting of Bly Manor.
I'll let you go first.
The Haunting of Bly Manor, for me, was okay. I like the way it ended. I did not like the way it started. It started off very slow for me, and took quite a bit to get into really anything, I felt like. It's definitely not at the level of The Haunting of Hill House. Hill House was amazing.
Yes.
I would put Bly Manor at average.
You know what? You're reading my mind, because that's exactly where I was going to put it. It was slow rolling for a while, and yeah, it got better. But you know what? This one just didn't click like its sister show.
Hill House, right. I agree.
Just did not work. And it wasn't on the same level. I don't think, that's just my personal opinion. I think it's just an average show. Would I recommend it? I don't think I could. If I had a family member come up and say, hey, what'd you think about Haunting a Hill House? I'd say, you know what? You might like it, you might not. It's just an average show, so good luck.
No, Hill House is amazing. Bly Manor.
That's what I meant, Bly Manor.
Is just average. Yeah. So we agree on that. Okay. Next one is When They See Us.
Powerful.
So this one, again, was a duo crew reacts. Steve reacted to it, but I did watch it.
Yes, she did.
I did watch it. I did not react to it, so I can give my opinion about this. and so powerful of a show. The way they put it together, the way it makes you feel.
You know, a lot of controversy, and I was well unaware of the story. I remember something like this happening when I was in high school, and so it took me back to a time that I wasn't clear. I thought it was great.
It was a great show.
You know what? I there's no doubt in my mind where I'm going to put this right now. I recommend that everybody should watch it, and that goes in my Yas bitch. I loved it. It was one of the shows that we talked about the most extensive at the time, and we had very good conversations, and it also brought me to the realization of a lot of things that I never understood in my life. I don't want to go into detail because it is that good of a show. So it hit me in the feels. It absolutely worked for me and enlightened me. So
Yeah.
I recommend definitely going and see it. What'd you think?
I think that it's a solid A, amazing. It's hard for me to put it at the same level as some of these other shows that are in that S category because it was a limited series. There was only a few episodes of it. It's hard for me, but I'm on the fence because it's the message in it is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be seen by everybody, in my opinion.
Yes.
So I am willing to concede to you and move it from my amazing to your Yaspet.
Well, thank you, because I think it deserves that. It's powerful.
Very powerful.
And I thank everybody
Yes.
for going on that journey and watching it live and the discussion. I'll never forget it. It definitely
We had
opened.
some amazing discussions after
Yes,
those episodes.
and a lot of
Yeah.
realizations. So, yeah, I really liked it.
Yes. Ooh, Peaky Blinders.
Oh, where do we put this?
Where do we put Peaky? I mean, obviously, Peaky Blinders is one of our favorite shows, both of us. We love Peaky Blinders. Obviously, Peaky goes in Yas Bitch. Obviously.
I wasn't going to put there. I was going to put it at Yas Bitch
Okay.
because it is that fucking
It's
good. It is
obviously
so good.
Yas Bitch.
I mean, Tommy. I mean, everybody in that.
Every episode is amazing.
Talk about
and
character
good,
driven.
and- yeah.
Okay.
Character driven. Peaky Blinders. I mean, obviously, not everybody. It may not be everybody's type of show, right? It may not be. It's a period piece. It's set in the 1920s. Maybe not everybody likes that. I get it. The acting is amazing. Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy,
Mhm.
Aunt Paul. Those are just three off the top of my head. The acting is amazing.
Even the villains.
The story is amazing. Yeah, it's Yas Bitch.
Yeah, there's no. This is perfect. It's a perfect show. If you haven't watched it, you absolutely should. And if you haven't,
Give it a chance.
you just need to
Yeah.
go in. You need to do it. It's brilliant. I think
Yeah.
you'll love the characters, the story, the action, the drama, and I'm picking the next one.
Oh, well, hold on. I'm not done yet.
Oh, what do you
Upload
mean?
will be next?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, with Peaky, we're obviously reacting to that currently. The new season is coming back in the middle of June 10th, I believe.
And one we'll be picking up that you'll be seeing real shortly.
Yeah, obviously you guys are seeing it now. We're caught up, but you guys are seeing that YouTube, we're in season 4 right now, but we're all caught up on Patreon, and we will be starting Peaky in June, or for season 6, the final season.
I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
excited about it. I know others are too. So, yeah, here shortly, we're back on Peaky.
Yeah. All right, next one you wanted to upload.
Yep.
All right. You want to start on upload?
Nope, I want you to.
Okay. Upload, it was a fun show. Not a show I'll ever watch again. But it was fun. I enjoyed the sci-fi nature of it. I like the sci-fi nature. But it was kind of just okay for me. It wasn't anything, there was nothing that I was like jumping out of my seat for or anything like that. I would probably put it at, I don't know that I'd classify it quite as trash, but what the shit, D.
Gonna have to agree.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I totally didn't know where you would set that. And I can't tell you much more than what Lacey just said. What the shit?
This is the type of show that you watch when you're bored. You ain't got nothing else to watch. And it's fun to watch while you're, it's all right. It's okay. But there's nothing that makes it special. There's nothing that stands out about it. So
Like the name of it.
the idea is a cool idea,
Yeah.
too. I like the idea. It's just the execution kind of just left me kind of like, oh, all right. It's just nothing special. Well, Better Call Saul.
What can I say?
Oh, Better Call Saul is so good.
It is.
It is so good.
It's really good. I have liked everything about it. I love Kim. I love just Gus and all the Nacho, Mike. I could keep going. Do you want me to keep going? Because every one of them.
Every single character you find yourself having some sort of attachment to. Like, it's weird, like even Howard or characters like that are kind of just side characters that are just there. You find connections with those characters, and
we keep singing.
It's written so beautifully. Mm-hmm. It's written so amazing. It's put together so amazing.
You wonder what they're up to all the time, and then they paint the picture and put it in play. I love how they do it, and this is a yas bitch for me.
Me too.
And it doesn't even hit amazing. It's and we haven't even finished it yet, so it's at the yas bitch level for me right now. It's definitely on the top.
Okay, I agree. What's your next choice?
Next one, we'll go with Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. I really enjoyed this show. I think that the history behind it was amazing. I like the way they put it together. It was very informative. It was very educational and powerful. Mm-hmm. Again,
yes.
Did it reach those levels of like When They See Us for me? No, it did not. But it was very eye-opening and a very good show. I would put it at A. Amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to go with, and Yosef was the one that kind of turned us onto this and led this. So thank you for that. Hope he's doing good and the family's doing good. Chernobyl for me was freaking good. I don't think it was amazing.
Okay.
And it was definitely not average. I think it fits right where it's at right now.
Okay.
That was a freaking good movie, a good show. I liked it.
You know what? I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I think B, that was freaking good. I think that's a solid area for it.
I do too.
Yeah, that's okay.
I do too.
Next pick, I will pick The Walking Dead.
Really, Lacey?
Obviously, you guys all know how we think about The Walking Dead. It's not done yet. Favorite shows that we're watching. It's one of my favorite shows that we're watching. Now, I have to be judgmental a little bit here. I love The Walking Dead. I love one of my favorite shows. Now, in comparing it to some of these others that we've put in the Yas Bitch category, it's hard for me to put it there. I want to put it in Yas Bitch. This is my initial thoughts. But my brain is telling me to put it in Amazing because The Walking Dead has been very roller coaster. It has not been consistent, but overall, I love the show. The show's great. It's amazing. Everything about it, the characters, the story, the writing has had its up and downs. I am this close to wanting to put it in Yas Bitch because it's one of my favorite shows, but I need to be a little bit critical about some of its up and down moments, and that's why I put it in A, Amazing.
Wow, you've almost politicked me into this because you did such a good job at explaining it that I'm going to have to agree with you. I love this show. I absolutely love it. I feel like it's a staple in my heart.
Yes.
I want to see how it ends, obviously, and we're so close to that. Wow. I was going to go Yas Bitch too, and then you started pining, and I think you're right. There was a lot of ups and downs. There was some glorious moments, the Negan, the
glorious
Glenn,
moments,
just everything about it has been like the highs of highs and like the, moments. I'm going to go with Amazing as well. It is an amazing show, definitely worth a watch. And most of you that's came to this channel have lived this with us. And they currently are.
Again, another show that we've started from day one and we're still reacting to today and almost finished with you guys. So, yeah, it does hold a special place in my heart because it's such a great show. I love the characters in it, and for the most part, the story I love. But because there are some moments throughout that I've been like, whoa.
There's been some moments that it was just average.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then there was moments that that was freaking good.
Yeah.
And amazing, obviously. And then there was those Yas Bitch moment, that just incredible moments. But overall, we're going to have to go with Amazing.
Yeah.
Right now. It's taken us all through them levels. It's never been, what the shit, except for moments that's happened. But other than that,
okay.
that's fair.
I think that's fair.
I'm going to pick The Boys.
The Boys.
The Boys for me is one of them shows that I can't miss. Okay, I like it. I love everything about it. Can't wait for it to come back, which it is, and you're going to be seeing it again real shortly. Can't wait for it to come back. I haven't had a moment in any of these episodes where I was like, God, this is just average or anything. It's going to have to go in the amazing. I'm waiting for the Yas bitch because there was those moments. Definitely a solid amazing for me.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that, actually. I agree that The Boys should be put into amazing. It is always fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
There hasn't been a single episode that I've not enjoyed. Every single episode has been great, has had me laughing, has had me on the edge of my seat, has had, full range of emotions. The characters are great show, amazing. I think it
is definitely fit into our sweet spot.
Yes,
so
for sure.
Can't wait for this. Could
and
even
The Boys
go up.
is coming back as well, you guys. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that to climb up. So right now it's amazing because of where we're at, and I feel good about it. This could go up. I don't see it. It could go to, that was freaking good. It could go to that. But right now it's just, it's right in my sweet spot.
Yeah. All right, the next one we will do is The 100.
We just finished.
This is a good one to do right now because we just finished it a couple days ago. Or yesterday, actually. So it's very fresh in our heads. So this is going to be an interesting ranking. Overall, The 100, it has been such a fun show. It's been fun. There's been, started off kind of teen drama-y, which is okay. I don't mind that. It's, that's not something that I hate. But the storyline took a while to get into, to kind of find its niche, I think, or its niche. Like, it took a minute to get into it. Some of the characters took a minute to figure out who they wanted to be, I feel like. Without season 7, I would have ranked it higher. Just keep this in mind. I'm not happy with season 7. I don't want to give too much away because I don't know how much you guys won't have seen our reactions to the final episodes at this point when this video comes out. So I don't want to spoil our reactions or anything to the final episodes to The 100. But yeah, it was, I would say, a good solid C for me.
That was very well put. I had moments where it was trash. I had moments where there was Yas bitch moments. I had moments where it was just average. It was all over the globe for me. I felt like I was on, like, having hot flashes to happy moments to being, like, bored to being, like, God, like, it had its highs of highs, it had its lows of lows for me, and the funny part about it is I would say I would recommend that, to go watch it. But for me, it does fall right kind of where you ended on average.
Honestly,
and that's not a teardown. It just...
No, and it's not, because I've liked so much about The 100. I've loved a lot about The 100.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I've had a lot of fun watching The 100. Most of my main concerns have been about season 7. And we talk about it pretty extensively at the end of the final episode that we watched. We talked about, so when that comes out, make sure you watch that to get our ideas about the season 7. Season 7 honestly almost makes me want to put it in D, but I'm not going to do that because I don't like judging an entire series based on just its final season because, again, Game of Thrones, okay?
I like how it ended.
I like the final episode, yeah. So I think C is a solid area.
I'm going to have to agree because I cannot take it to amazing. I can't take it to trash, but they've literally hit every color on this graph for me at times, and that has to give me the impression that I have to go with C because it's average. Would I recommend it? Yes. But I would warn them, you're going to go through some episodes where you're like, no, this is not.
There's some episodes where you're just like, what, why? Yeah, some of them.
Mm-hmm.
But the overall series, it's very fun. And if you want something just fun to watch and to get into, 100% I'd recommend it for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick the next one?
Well, of course, it's my turn, and I'm going to pick Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Didn't know where I was going, did you?
I did not know where you were going.
Yep.
Breaking Bad. Wow, where to even start with Breaking Bad? Perfectly written, perfectly written
Yeah.
from start to finish. The only thing I have to compare it to is Better Call Saul, because it's literally written by the same person. It's got the same characters, some of the same characters, it's written in the same timeline, all of that. So it's easy to compare the two, right? Honestly, recently I've been liking Better Call Saul even more than I liked Breaking Bad. So obviously Breaking Bad, I feel like, goes into Yas Bitch because it's just so perfect. There's literally almost nothing wrong with that show.
You know, Lacey, this was written so well.
Yeah.
It was such a... What, don't put it there. I haven't decided yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll
you
put
can leave it there.
Okay. Seriously.
You can stay. One of my favorites. One of my favorite. You know, even when I watch Ozark at times, when I watch Better Call Saul, I'm reminded of Breaking Bad-ish moments.
Yes.
This was like finding a diamond. You're out digging and you find a diamond, and you know, this was that for me.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad is such... I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the ride or the journey through it. It got better as it steamrolled right through every season.
I will admit that season 1 and maybe half of season 2 were a little slow for me.
Yeah, agreed.
They were a little slow in getting into it, but the way the whole series played out was perfection.
Yes.
And I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad that it was a little slow in the first season because it needed to be that way. It was written perfectly. So
Breaking Bad, I would say
yes.
if you haven't seen it, you should, and you're missing something because the writing, the flow as it steamrolls into every season gets better and better, and my God, I loved it. I loved it. Love you, Breaking Bad. Love you, Better Call Saul. Yes, bitch, for me.
A+ to Vince Gilligan, 100%.
Your pick.
You know what? Why don't we just go with the Game of Thrones?
Wow.
Why don't we just do it now? We've got 4 shows left, Game of Thrones and 3 other ones. Might as well do Game of Thrones. I mean, I know where Game of Thrones goes.
Do you?
Oh, yeah. Yes, bitch.
I don't even know why we need to talk about it.
We don't even need
you
to
guys
talk
already know
about
it's you know, the only thing that leveled on Game of Thrones level was Lost for me. I have a hard time picking one or two. Game of Thrones, other than the ending, and even that, I was okay with. I was okay with, I'm saying. I loved it. It was perfection. I cannot wait for House of the Dragon.
Oh, I know.
I cannot wait for that. I'm amped. I'm planning on doing so many crazy things on that show and just really riding that show to the end.
Yeah.
I'm so confident in it. I pray to God I don't get let down because I'm going all out on this one. Game of Thrones is amazing. It's what I started with, and I can't wait till August for House of the Dragon.
Yeah, and for the Game of Thrones, for me, I know some of you are probably wondering why we're still putting it in the Yas Bitch category when Season 8 was obviously not very great. I don't think any of us were satisfied with Season 8, right? It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't what any of us wanted, I don't think. It wasn't what any of us expected.
Excuse me.
There were so many things wrong with Season 8. We didn't like it. I thought it was just okay. I'm just like, it almost ruined it, but not quite, because Game of Thrones as a whole was so good that I can't, again, I just used this with the 100. I can't judge an entire series based on the final season. The final season, we may have been like, oh man, wasn't what we wanted. Mm-hmm. But the overall show from start to finish, Yas Bitch, 100%. My favorite show of all time. So
it was incredible.
It was incredible.
Well, I mean, what else can you do, guys? I mean, yeah, it was there some controversy over the final season? Absolutely. But
am I going to let that ruin my experience for the whole show?
I don't let anyone get into my head about that.
No.
And you can try and convince me as much as you want. It's not going to work. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. The characters were great. The God, name them all. Name your top 85. Even
though the show didn't end how we thought it would or how we wanted it to, it was still an amazing performance. It was still an amazing season. Even though it was not what we wanted, it was still visually stunning. I mean, the 3rd episode with the darkness kind of, you could have brightened it up a little bit. But other than that, I loved it. So, yes, No question. Yes, bitch.
Yes.
Yes.
And I hope you guys agree with us on that. I'd love to see in the comments below how you rate these movies. We have 3 left right now.
3 more shows.
And I'd love to see where you guys rank these yourselves and where you disagree with us. And, be cordial about it. These are just how we feel about the shows we've watched. And
everybody's got their own opinions.
Yeah, and we respect yours as well. Or maybe not. Go ahead. Oh, I pick.
Okay, which one do you want?
Squid Game.
Squid Game.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Squid Game was super fun. I loved Squid Game.
Even our kids love Squid Game.
Our kids love. Everybody loves Squid Game. It was just so the shock value of all of it and the story behind it. I know it was a lot of it was shock and awe, but the story behind it was what was more important. And even though it was a dubbed version, which a lot of you guys gave us some trouble for in the comments.
And I never thought I would like a dubbed, like a show like this. Go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I had to kind of separate which is hard to do sometimes when a lot of, dialogue is very important to shows and movies. So I had to separate the acting of the people reading the dialogue to the actual acting and the...
So, same.
So, yeah. I did that, but that's why I really enjoyed Squid Game. I would put Squid Game at B. That was freaking good.
You know what? I can't put it at... I want to. I'm going to have to go with you, too. That was freaking good. I really enjoyed it. In fact, I think they're coming out with a Squid Game 2, I think. I think I've heard rumbles of that. I could be wrong, but I will definitely be all over it. I am more open to watching shows or movies or whatnot like that now than I ever was in my entire life. So great job, Squid Game. That was freaking good.
Yes. All right, next one is The World Beyond. We started reacting to it. Stopped, started, stopped, started, stopped. This is kind of a weird show for us.
It's our bipolar moment reactions.
Season 1 started off, we didn't like it at all. Did not like it. Ended, we liked it.
Loved it.
We were like, oh, all right. Season 2, we have not finished yet. We've started it, watched a couple episodes of it, and we do plan on finishing it, but not reacting. Like, we're going to finish it in a watch party sort of scenario.
We loved it like that because actually, and you can testify to this, there was a group of us that watched it through. And that was one of the funnest things we ever did off reaction, like, doing our reaction videos. I enjoyed it because we got to talk about it. We had everything opened up where we could talk. As it went on in season 1, I was like, oh my God, it's getting better. Oh my God, you got to watch this shit because it's so good. It gets so good.
But why is it so good? Is it so good because it ties into stuff we want to know about The Walking Dead, or is it because we want to know those things for this show particularly?
Both.
For me, I'm struggling with that because World Beyond, I have no connection to the characters, almost none. I find it difficult connecting with these characters. I really do. Now, I feel like the reason that I enjoyed the end of season 1 so much is because it plays into what in the Walking Dead world. Not because of these people and this story. It's because of the overall Walking Dead universe is why I want this information.
Okay.
Not because, how is it affecting them in this story? I don't care about these people in this story. That's kind of how I feel about it. And not that I want to feel that way, because I just can't get into it. I can't. I don't know why. I don't know if the characters, I can't connect with them. I don't know. I put it in D, what the shit.
Wow, Lacey.
Yeah. Honestly. That's just my honest opinion
I
about it.
I would have gave average on this. I just feel like it belongs there. I didn't think you were going to go what the shit on me.
Listen,
Amber.
I'm breaking it down in a way
I
that...
called you Amber. You didn't even hear that, did
I
you?
didn't. I was focused on what I was saying. I did miss you say call me Amber right there. How dare you, sir? Anyway, I'm being logical about it. Why did the end of World Beyond Season 1 capture me so much and make me be like, oh, you've got to see this. I loved it. It was because we were getting information about potentially the CRM and stuff that's going to play into the whole universe as a whole. But I don't care what the CRM is going to do to these people, like, because I don't have a connection to these characters. See what I mean? So the only reason I'm watching it is to get this information for the story as a whole. That's so, in that, if they're going to give me a whole show to get this information,
When I first started watching it, you know exactly where I stood. I was done.
Yeah.
I was done. I was like, no. This isn't even The Walking Dead I know. And as we progressed and we watched it with others, it definitely became, I couldn't stop. I needed to see the next one. I needed to see it.
But why did you need to see the next one? Because you wanted that information, not because you were worried about what was going to happen to these characters.
Well, maybe that's a part of it. I don't know. I can't tell you. I just know that I started to really like it. I feel like it was definitely what the shit for a minute.
Yeah.
And I think it went to definitely, that was freaking good. So I'm going to have to go with C average, but, I get where you're coming from. And since we haven't seen it all, I'll go with you. And I hate to do it with D, what the shit.
I feel like there's better ways of giving us that information that we need about the CRM than the way they did it with World Beyond. Honestly, I feel like there's better ways they could have done that. I don't need to watch a whole nother series with whole nother people to get this information. If they would have done it in a better way, maybe, and maybe some of you may connect with these characters better, and maybe you have a better feel for it. But for me, I did struggle with connecting to the characters, and
I really hate to give it that grade. I really do. I'm second guessing myself, but I mean, because I really did start liking it. But at the beginning, I was done. So that has to
the fact that
has to say something.
The fact that we haven't finished it as of yet, you haven't been like, oh, Lacey, can we watch that? Like,
oh no, I have.
How long has it been?
Well, we've been busy.
We've been busy, true, but
okay, and I still want to see the rest of it in a watch party.
And I do too, but it's because I want to know about the CRM, not because I care about these characters. So that's why I was saying.
Like I said, with Fear, The Walking Dead, and World Beyond right now, I know where I feel about The Walking Dead. It's been a staple in my heart.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, since I began. I really didn't think I would like it. I thought I'd be done real quick, because it was about zombies.
Right.
I thought I'd be done. I'm so far from the truth on that. I love it.
Yeah.
And World Beyond, I guess, it kind of fits.
When you compare it to The Walking Dead, when you compare it to Fear. Yeah, so, all right, last show, one that we are still currently watching, Ozark.
Mm-hmm. And where we're at right now, I absolutely love this show. Right there with Peaky. I absolutely love where I'm at. I love the characters, love the show, and that's a yes, bitch, indefinitely right now for me.
Okay.
Oh, God, I can talk about it. I don't want to spoil anyone that hasn't seen it. Watch it. Go watch it.
Okay, so yeah, we're only 2 seasons in. We just watched the season 2 finale. So we still have 2 seasons left. We have quite a bit left to go.
Mm-hmm.
We're halfway through. So there has not, again with this show, there has not been a single episode where I've been like,
Every show's led me to want to watch the next one and the next one and the next one. I don't want to stop. It's like something you enjoy eating. You just want to keep eating it. It's so good.
Yes.
I love it. I love the characters in it.
I love the characters. Now, I will say that starting out with Ozark, getting started with Ozark, it did take a little bit longer to feel connections to some of the characters than other shows that we've watched. But I feel that greatly getting better as we're watching. I'm getting more connected to the characters. I'm starting to like characters that I didn't really like at first, and all of the characters I enjoy. The story is great. The writing is great. Yes, bitch, for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
We are done, you guys. We have a lot in the yes, bitch category.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Wow.
This, honestly, there was a little give and take. I thought me and Lacey would be a lot more divided than we were. Sometimes just a little bit. I'm surprised that we kind of agreed on a lot of them, to be honest with you.
We agreed on most of them, to be honest. There was a few that we were not 100% agreement on. Let's see. Yes, bitch, we have Lost, Stranger Things, Band of Brothers, WandaVision, When They See Us, Peaky Blinders, Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, and Ozark. I think those are all really good choices for the Yes, bitch category.
I do too.
Amazing. We have Mandalorian, The Haunting of Hill House, The Walking Dead, and The Boys. I think those are all really good for the amazing
I still
category.
feel like The Boys should move, but
I think A, Amazing, is a solid place for The Boys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
B, we have Bates Motel, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Black Mirror, Loki, The Americans, Vikings, Chernobyl, and Squid Game.
And that was freaking good. I think that's a good list and very fair for what it was.
Yes. C, average. We have Fear the Walking Dead, Into the Badlands, Haunting of Bly Manor, and The 100. I agree that them shows are very average. They have their better moments, they have their lower moments, and we're not done with some of the, or no, Fear.
No,
we're not done with Fear, so that could go up for all we know.
Go ahead and finish it. I do have something to say.
D, What the Shit. We have Person of Interest, Prodigal Son, Upload, and World Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And then F, trash. We have Cobra Kai.
Sorry, Cobra.
Sorry, Cobra Kai, but just not my jam. Not what I'm into. Sorry. It's just my opinion. I'm sure some of you loved it and would put it in the top thing.
And you know what? Maybe it does get better. Maybe it does.
We only watched one season, right?
But fair enough.
So
I really don't care. I just don't want to watch it.
I don't have that interest to watch the second season. And if I don't have that interest, then why put us all through it, you know?
Right. So many good shows, so many good things that are coming out, and also in the future, as far as reactions, we'll try and do this a lot more. I would love to even break down even the Yas bitches into a ranking and the amazings, and I think you can do so many things with this.
We want to do other tier lists too, like depending on how you guys like this. Did you guys like this? Make sure you leave likes on this video. Make sure you leave us comments letting us know that you like it, because we'll continue it. We'll do other tier lists, like our favorite characters, our favorite storyline, or I don't know, just favorite movies. I mean, we can do it
quotes,
for all kinds of things.
There's a plethora of things, and this is easy, this is fun, this is neat. Want to see what you think about this. Is it something you'd want to see more of? Is there other categories you'd like to see? Our mods and the people that come in, they're already thinking about doing more. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
And
what would you like to see us rank? Like, what would you like to see characters from all these shows? Like, which character is the best out of all these shows? Or break it down by show. Like, who's your favorite characters out of every show? Like, we want to do more of these tier lists. If you guys like them, just let us know what you'd like to see, and we will definitely continue to do this more. I really had a lot of fun with this. I hope you guys enjoyed this and got some information
this is something I could definitely do every week. This was just the first one, but I enjoyed it. I felt like I wanted to expand on a lot of it, and maybe that'll happen more as we progress or whatever. But I feel it was a fair list, and I enjoyed it. So I really did.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it too. Make sure you guys come over to our Patreon and check that out if you are interested in things like live reactions, full reactions, watch parties, game nights. We're in there all the time. Everything on Patreon comes out before YouTube, and we also have Patreon exclusive shows, so come check it out. Come have fun with us. Also, make sure you leave a like on this video and leave your comments and questions down below so we know that you like it. Subscribe if you're not already, and ring that notification bell to be reminded of all future content. With all of that being said, we hope you guys all have an amazing and awesome day.
Hope amazing happens to you. Until next time, peace out.